We're here at Bryn Mawr College, a small female liberal arts school outside of Philadelphia, for the vice presidential debate between Governor Sarah Palin and Senator Joe Biden. This is a women's college where leadership is valued as one of the most important things one can learn when they graduate from here. There's a lot of talk that Senator Biden is walking a very thin line. He can't run the risk of seeming overbearing.
I don't think it's fair, but I'd say it's a real dynamic that needs to be addressed. Biden definitely has to treat it differently than he would a male component. I mean, he has to treat it differently even than he would if it was, say, Hillary Clinton. Like, just Palin is a very different candidate.
Governor Palin and Senator Biden.
So Governor Palin's brought a lot of personalization politics in here, talking about Joe's six-pack, the soccer family on Saturday. How do you think that rhetoric plays with the Bryn Mawr crowd, and then how do you think it'll play with the country at large?
I think in terms of the Bryn Mawr crowd, it's pretty tough because we've really been educating ourselves and looking at a lot of different news sources. But in terms of America, I can't really say.
People in the media mock Sarah Palin. There's some of that going on in this room. Do you ever think that goes too far?
Well, of course, I think there is a thing that is going too far. I feel as though she sets up a lot of the ridicule she gets because of the things she says.
It's done here because a majority of the students here, I would think, identify as liberal, as Obama, Biden supporters. Makes them feel better about themselves because Palin's doing pretty well. I've been really impressed by her, but I've also been very impressed by her respect for Biden, which I don't really think that he's shown for her. I think he's being a little cocky and arrogant.
I think at this point in the election, it's really important for him to kind of lay down the law with her, and I think
at this time, so close to the elections, that he shows a little bit of toughness.
The smirks, it's the way he smiles.
And I feel like she's trying to be too soccer mommy. It doesn't come off professional.
I think she held herself well. She definitely exceeded our expectations for her.
Now I feel like Biden finally won me over. He wasn't doing that initially, but I feel like tonight he kind of proved himself more.
And maybe he's not as down to earth, whatever that means, as she is, but I think that he's more eloquent. I think he is more honest.
I don't think that being a feminist means that you're pro-choice. I think that being a feminist means that you're a hardworking woman who's raised a family, has gotten a wonderful career, and now is a candidate to be the vice president.
I'd go so far as to say she was chosen because she's a woman. And I think that Hillary Clinton was running in spite of being a woman. She definitely pressed him at times and even stumped him. And I thought that she performed very well, and I thought it was extremely upsetting that we didn't get more support for her.
Who won?
That's kind of hard to say. I expected a little more oomph from Senator Biden. I think that Governor Palin worked very hard, and I know that she has been working really hard. I would love for her to be able to answer more questions, particularly on women's rights.
What are women's rights besides abortion?
Well, I think the right to choose what you do with your own body is a large part of women's rights. I think also the right for people to be married to whoever they want to marry is a woman's right. The workforce and how women are drastically underpaid as compared to men is also a very big thing that we need to be talking about, and I don't think it was talked about at all.
Your mother likes Governor Palin. Do you understand why she's a fan?
Governor Palin portrays herself as a very strong woman who has raised a family and worked a job, which is very much what my mother did, and the struggles of going through doing both, I think it's very relatable.